got the whole damn verse spinning around you with open arms. It's a race against time that plunges you deep into the black. What are you gonna do when the void stares back? You'll never stop the revolution. Time to begin your evolution. Take a leap of faith. You gotta break the illusion. You gotta make your own solution. Take a leap of faith. The future's just a void, jump away.
Greetings and welcome to Channel Otherdoc. I'm Jim, I use he, him pronouns, and this is our Dark Matter campaign, Ghosts of Saltmaw. I'm just going to make sure my headphone audio is coming through properly because last time it wasn't, and earlier on some other things, and so let's make sure that's going through. There we go, okay. Who am I? I'm playing Cole Hayden. Who is a gunslinger, and has already started to grow impatient with this station, and now we have someone injured to deal with. So there's that too. Let's go around and say hi to everybody, and say who we're all playing. Starting once again with Anino. Hello.
Hey everyone, my name's Anino, he, him pronouns, and I play Rekmara, a Avian Ra druid of the obelisk, and he also uses he, him pronouns.
Awesome. And now let us head down to Cazimi. Hello.
Unmute. Hi, I'm Cazimi, she, her pronouns. I'm playing Clangswell Nuna Fritz Holdsbottom Thunderstruck, Star Gnome with they, their pronouns, and I'm currently desperately trying to keep one of our party members alive.
Being alive is good. I've heard it's I've heard people like it. That's a good thing. Speaking of said party member, let us head now over to May. Hello.
Hi, Jim. Hi, everybody. I'm May. I am playing Lastinus Chain Tower, who is on the brink of death.
Oh, wait. No, that's bad. That's bad. That's so bad. Oof. And now finally let us head on over, turn things over. Let us head on over. I'm just so amused by web captioner. Let's head on over to our station master, Alyssa. Hello.
Hello, everyone. My name is Alyssa, and I play everybody else. So, as with all games on this channel, we will be using the X card, the N card, and the O card. So if we hit anything that is crossing a line for any of my players, they can just type an X into my Zoom chat or make an X symbol, and we will stop, rewind, dash of retcon, and it never happened. If we're starting to toe the line and you're okay having it in the game but don't want a graphic description, that's when you would type the N. And if you ever need to check in because we're hitting a dramatic moment and you're giving an Oscar-worthy performance, and you want to let everybody know that you're okay to keep on piling the drama, that's when we type a big O in the chat, and I will try to also, if I notice this is happening and it looks like you might be a little upset, I will also type an O with a question mark, and you can feel free to respond accordingly. And if anybody in chat ever needs to step away, take a bathroom break, what have you, feel free to take a break and come back when you need to. And with that underway, we will head into our recap. Previously on Ghost of Saltmaw. After the party was confronted by an ominous voice with no discernible source, they continued vigilantly through the first floor of Auric the Alchemist's apparently abandoned quarters. Finding a room with a ruined ceiling, they made their way upstairs to inspect the damage to the floor of the room above, where they encountered nearly naked Ned, a human male who claimed to be merely a down-on-his-luck spacer. The party had their suspicions, but brought the walking scandal along with them as they attempted to clear the rest of the second floor, finding evidence that someone had been keeping tabs on the traffic to and from the spaceport. They fought another larger swarm of spiders than they had previously encountered downstairs, which Fritz eventually dispatched with their phaser, but while searching farther down the hall for something for nearly naked Ned to wear, Paladin Lasnus Chain Tower became poisoned by yellow mold. Narita, Fritz, and Rekmara moved to administer first aid while Cole calmed for medical assistance. We rejoin our spacers with medics en route and Lasnus still feeling the effects of the poison.
I'd like to open with a very dramatic gasp. You know, like one of those like moments.
So, continuing our previous initiative order, we will start with Rekmara.
Oh,
Is there
all
anything
right.
you would like to do while you are waiting for the medics to arrive?
Yeah, so I am going to, Rekmara is going to place a finger on the forehead of Lasnus, and then he will cast Cure Wounds.
All right. Go ahead and roll your healing. I believe that's a D8 plus your spellcasting modifier.
Yes. That is 4. Spellcast modifier is... Is it just a wisdom modifier?
For druids, I believe it is the wisdom modifier.
Okay, so that's a +4, so she gets 8 hit points.
All
Well,
right.
that puts me nearly the full. And after that very dramatic gasp, she starts breathing more calmly and kind of stares up at Rekmara, kind of like if it were Keanu Reeves. Very, whoa.
And Cole, you have radioed for assistance, and the medics have responded that they are on their way. Is there anything else you would like to do?
I mean, I'm just going to look over and sort of see that apparently she's breathing, which is good. Now just ask, just sort of look over. I see what Rekmara is doing. I say, how is she doing? They're on their way.
Well, unless her own immune system kicks in to expunge the yellow mold that she breathed, she will continue to suffer. Merely just extending her conscious time.
You know, it just sort of will, confirming that we now know for sure that it's yellow mold. I will, apparently, I will make sure that is conveyed to the medics.
Do I get to make any saving rolls anytime soon?
Yes,
for
you
that?
do, Lasness. It's going to bring us back around to your turn, so you will make another Constitution save.
Okay. No.
DC 15.
Okay. Nope.
Nope. Okay. So you're going to take another 4 points of poison damage.
Okay. While they're having that conversation, Lasnit starts to sit up and she says, actually, I think I'm, and then she just kind of crumples back on the floor on her side, coughing very weakly.
All right. Do you have any actions that you want to take?
I was just looking and wishing that I had a cantrip, like lay on hands or something.
All right. So Fritz, you're up.
Right. So Fritz had started working on a device that would do some stabilization, but we've called for help. Cole, did you have some sense of how long they were going to take to get here? Or if we need to meet them by like the front gate, are they going to come all the way up here?
Yeah, what are the logistics of this situation, Station Master? I ask, being a person who is not physically in the space we are imagining.
All right. So you are currently in one of the bedrooms on the upper floor of the alchemist's quarters. And from a brief communication with the medical team, they will be teleporting directly to you.
No, okay. Yeah, they're teleporting in.
Yeah, it will take them probably by the start of the next round. They'll be here.
They'll be here within about the next 6 seconds or so, probably.
Okay. Fritz is not going to waste engineering time on doing anything if they're going to be here so quickly, but instead we'll keep the phaser out because that seems to be the most useful thing that they've managed to do so far.
It's better than catching yellow mold.
Well, that's what you get for fluffing old cloaks in your face. Oh, actually, Fritz is going to keep an eye on Nearly Naked Ned.
Okay.
Figure out where Ned is trying to head off to.
He is standing as far away from the moldy cloak as he can get.
Got it.
Other than that, he can't do much. All right, so Rick Morale, back to you.
I wonder if the red mushrooms that we picked up earlier would help in this regard.
No, they were more edible than medicinal.
Oh, I was going to try it out, but thanks for the hint.
I mean, you can, but you got an idea that they were just food.
Okay. I'm going to pass. I don't really have much to do at this point.
Okay.
Actually, no. I forgot. I have good berries. I'm going to start stuffing about three or four blue good berries into her mouth. It says, chew on this.
All right. Cool. Any further action?
Mostly just mostly
Okay.
just still checking on the timer, checking on what's what they said, and if there's anything else we're supposed to do, but that's about it.
All right, Lasness, you were gonna make another con save.
Okay.
No, you're not going to roll. You're going to make it.
You can do this.
No, I
No,
can't.
you take 7 points of poison damage.
That puts me at a negative, folks.
Okay, so
No,
once
no,
you
the
hit
good berry.
0, you
Oh.
just go unconscious.
No, the
Right.
good berries
You-
added 4 back.
That's right.
Okay.
How many did you give me?
4.
Oh, okay. Sorry, that puts me. Okay, I'm still up. I'm
Okay.
still alive.
All right. Any actions?
She's like, you may want to cover your mouths. She manages to get out.
And Fritz.
Holding pattern.
All right. And that is when you see the telltale sparkle of arcane magic as the medical team arrives. There are 2 individuals, both with dark skin. One of them is actually kind of a gray-black with sort of a Damascus steel pattern on their scales. And the other's a dark blue-black color that suggests they are maybe something beyond human in their genetic makeup.
To lastness, they're beautiful.
Yes.
Because they're coming to rescue her, but
They are. And the blue-scaled woman kneels down immediately and places a hand on your forehead and says, "This should mitigate the poison." And she sort of focuses for a moment, and you can feel the poison being drawn out of your body. So you know you are no longer poisoned. And then she will. The other one also kneels beside you and touches your shoulder and murmurs a few words in Draconic. And if any of you speak Draconic, you might recognize the phrase "by the sacred flames." And will heal you for 15 points. That should bring you back up.
yeah, I'm just fine.
Now, says the woman, everyone stand back, if you please. And the gray-scaled individual turns to the moldy cloak on the floor and you see their weapon or their mace that they're carrying as they are a cleric light up with fire, which they touch to the object. And it is consumed before the sprinkler system goes off once again.
Between sprinklers and spiders, we seem to really have it going now.
So, now that the danger is past and we are out of initiative order, how do you wish to proceed?
So Lastness kind of sits there for a second longer, shakes her head, shrugs her shoulders uncomfortably, and goes, thanks.
You're welcome, the woman says. Although I believe I need to have a word with the station master if she sent you down here without a life suit. I hope you're feeling better.
I am.
Physically, yes. Her pride, probably not so much.
She
Are they
starts
going to
turning
try?
purple.
Has anyone else been injured?
Must check hit points. I have forgotten. I have been minorly,
I thought I healed you.
unless I have not, unless I forgot. Wait, let me see. How many did I have in the first place? That's really the question.
I know you took 5, and that was half of your hit points.
Then I'm fine. I
If
have
you
10
got
now.
healed.
Is do we owe them anything for this, or is this...
I assume this will be coming out of our reward.
Yeah, I think there's a tab going.
I forget how healthcare works in the future.
There's no need to exchange currency at this time.
Good.
Is there a future equivalent of a Groupon?
Perhaps. But they seem to be gathering their equipment and vacuuming up the remains of the burned cloak and checking to make sure there isn't any more yellow mold.
Should we have them take nearly naked Ned?
That's a good point. We have this this wandering nude man that we found. He's having a little trouble. Would you mind? Would you be able to take him back with you by any chance? So you can get him to safety and possibly somewhere where there's clothing.
Yeah, safety and sartorial decisions would be a good idea.
Yes, the cleric moves to arrest the nearly naked man. Or rather, take him to sickbay for examination, and the 3 of them will teleport away.
Good. Now he's someone else's problem.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, that was quite exciting. Where were we now? And he's just going to look. He's going to look around.
Getting the bearings again. Which room? What was left in this room? I know that the cloak was part of a collection of ratty items, I think, but I don't recall what else we were looking at.
Were some basically ruined leather boots and the moldy cloak in the wardrobe, and that was about it. There's again another fake fireplace, but not much else.
I thought we mended the boots pretty well to the point that they could be worn.
This is true. The boots have been repaired. But now naked Ned is not your problem.
Yeah. Having seen a few of these fake fireplaces before, Fritz is going to take another quick look, but phaser at hand this time, just to make sure.
You do not find any loose stones or bricks this time.
Great. So, Lasness, are you going to go charging off into the next room?
Yeah, that actually worked pretty well for me. It's really more the clothing situation that I got to watch out for.
Well, we all have clothes now, so we don't have to worry about that so much. So with Ned out of our hair, you should be free to go banging down all the doors you want.
That's exactly what I was thinking. I'm so glad we're on the same page.
Absolutely.
So, you backtrack to the hallway, which is actually, there is a balcony at the top of the stairs that kind of overlooks the main lobby area. And then heading to the north, there is another hallway, and you can see 2 doors on the right and perhaps a stairs at the end of the hall.
So this is out of the main, sort of the central room?
Yep.
And I'm sorry, there were how many hallways left off of the central room?
Coming up at the top of the stairs, there were the hallways going left and right, and then one going to the north.
Oh, okay. For some reason I drew in a south hallway. Why? Why did I do that?
I blame the spiders.
It's the spider's fault.
Always
This looks
the
like their
spiders.
handwriting.
Venom
Yep.
made you a little bit loopy.
Yeah. So we got like 2 doors on the right on this
Yeah.
other hallway.
I think first door on the right sounds like a good place to start, right?
Yes, and Lesness immediately walks over and swings her hammer high, and then puts it down and turns the doorknob.
Just stretching out, I see.
Opens without issue. Damp mold covers portions of the walls and ceilings in this large bedroom. Rubbish is strewn liberally around the floor. In the center is a single mattress, badly torn, from which the stuffing protrudes. Under the window sits a large wooden chest. Timbers split, but its lid is closed.
I'm not going in there.
That has the makings of trap written all over it, but fascinating trap nonetheless. Anybody want to watch my back?
Yeah, I mean, probably should have sprung for oxygen masks in this thing.
Wet mold doesn't fly around quite as much. It's the dry stuff you have to worry about.
It's fair. All right, be careful. And I'm gonna take out my gun and I'm gonna watch.
And I've got the phaser out, kind of edging around, not going too near that mattress if I can help it.
Okay.
Obviously heading for the chest, which could also be problematic, but I'm going to get as close as I can over there just to see. It looks like is the structure intact, or is it bashed up, opened, or is it, you said the top is intact?
Yes, the lid is closed. It looks like it's not in the best shape. It could probably be kicked apart or smashed apart. Without too much effort, it's kind of beat up, but the lid is currently closed.
Yeah, I'm going to take a closer look, actually. I don't know whether straight up perception roll is going to be the useful thing here.
Yeah,
Or
perception works.
okay, let's do that. Ooh, 19 plus 3, 22.
All right. It does not appear to be locked.
Okay.
And as far as you can tell, it's probably not trapped either.
Okay. I'm going to walk over and put a hand on it just to make sure that is what it appears to be, as in a wooden chest.
It is, in fact, a wooden chest.
Okay. I'm going to stand to the side of it.
Try to bite you.
Okay, right. I'm going to stand to the side and open the lid just in case it does, like, blast something out.
Okay.
But I'm going to make sure that it's aiming, like, away from me.
Okay.
Maybe toward the door, maybe toward Cole. I don't know, but not. I'm not going to stand in front of the chest when I open it, but I am
Sure.
curious.
So you're able to swing the lid open with no problem.
Anything inside?
Inside, there is a pile of moldy, ragged clothing and styles that haven't been in fashion in as long as you can remember. And a bundle of just ruined paper documents.
Hey. How big a bundle of documents are we talking here?
Not very big. From what you can make out, just looking into the chest, it's maybe a half a dozen pages. The ink is water stained and illegible.
Well, it's a small enough collection of stuff to potentially fix that I will bundle it up, and per my trait of collecting small junk objects and fixing what is broken, I put it in my backpack for future reference and potential archiving.
All right. And you can take another inspiration.
Oh, yay!
You find something to fix.
Good. I'm back up to an inspiration since I used the other one in
Yes.
trying to save somebody's life.
I'm getting the sense that Lastness is very stubborn, not only in personality, but in people trying to save her.
Yeah. Sometimes from herself. Okay. I have another quick look around this end of the room while I'm here, but I'm not. Nothing else seems to have jumped out at me.
Nothing
Okay.
else really jumps out.
All right.
Also, Lasness, you can take inspiration for not dying.
Oh, yay! Thank you. I looked into the void and said, wait, there's more doors I need to bash into.
Not today.
All right. Nothing else in here, guys. I head back out toward the hallway.
All right.
Just one question, because I'm sorry, I'm at brain fading at the end of the day mode. What did you find out in the chest? You said papers. Was there anything in there?
Papers and ruined old clothes.
Oh, okay,
So-
good. No.
And
Clothes are
since we don't have a
dangerous.
nearly naked person to try to clothe anymore, I'm not going to worry about trying to manage that.
That's fair.
Papers, on the other hand, are small enough to carry around and potentially fix. So,
Cool.
All right. So, door number 2.
Door number 2.
same
sorry.
approach.
Yes.
All right. Once again, no trouble opening this door. This room appears to have been used for storage rather recently. There is another large wooden chest, rather hastily constructed. Its lid is closed. Elsewhere in the room lie 3 broken chairs and 2 splintered buckets, and a mildewy looking sack. And just inside the door there's a heap of clothing. They have collected very little dust and appear to have been dumped there rather recently.
Do they look Ned-sized?
They do appear to be men's clothing. They might be about the right size. You could even check the pockets.
Rekmara is going to use his sun staff and basically poke the pile a little bit and separate the clothes.
Okay. Yep. You are able to separate. There's a pants, a shirt. It does appear there may be a wallet of some sort in the back pocket of the pants.
Rekmara will pick up the wallet and search it.
Okay. You find an ID card that reads Ned Shakeshaft. And it says human space.
Wait.
Yep.
Are you?
There's an ID card and there's but there's no money in it. So if there was, it has been taken.
Wait, his name really was Ned?
Ned Shakeshaft.
Wait, did it have a job description you said on there?
Yep. Spacer.
Spacer.
Very, very generic title.
They put that on their IDs?
Fritz is heading over toward the makeshift chest. Same sort of once over to check it out.
The chest is empty.
Okay. Anybody else going for the mildewy bag before I do?
All yours.
All right.
You might want to hold your breath if you're going to check that out.
Yeah, holding my breath and poking at it with my mace first, but not like stirring it around or anything. You said it was mildewy, potentially damp. I don't know, so I don't like doing rolling dice.
Poke at the sack, and it sort of tips over, and a bundle of, you can kind of see a bundle of dirty laundry inside.
Yeah, I think I'm leaving that alone.
Fair. All right. That's about all there is in this room, besides the broken furniture.
So,
Is it broken emotionally as well as physically?
Would you like to ask?
No, not right now.
I'm not sure how one would determine if this furniture was ever sentient.
Sorry, that's not something Cole is interested. That was only something Jim is interested in.
Yes,
I won't waste your time.
I know we've had conversations with furniture on this channel.
Yeah.
I'm aware.
That's fair. Sorry.
Now, this furniture appears to be devoid of emotion.
It's probably for the best.
so asking Jim, not Cole, have we cleared this floor? Did we go on the other way?
I have no other spaces
Okay.
open on my little map.
Okay. So, oh, hey, it came into focus even. All right, so it looks like stairway.
There is a stairway at the end.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it's a stairway up, you said?
It actually goes down.
Oh, okay.
There does appear to be another stairway along the eastern wall that goes up, but it looks like it's mostly collapsed.
Oh. Right, I remember you mentioned the other stairway. Sorry, I forgot that.
Yeah.
I think we avoid mostly collapsed for right now and maybe just go down at the end of the hallway.
Okay.
Lasness, are you taking point?
Yes.
Great.
All right. The staircase takes you back down to the kitchen area.
Aha. That was the one staircase downstairs that we didn't try.
Yep.
So it looks like the blocked off staircase going up is the only other space in this, if I'm recalling.
Yes.
you-
New
if
index
you-
card.
Want to try to get up there, you'll have to find some other means of getting up into the attic.
Wasn't there a lift around here that we could try?
People seemed a little hesitant about using the lift.
There is a lift.
Well, I believe that's our only option at this point.
I'm just checking to see if I happen to have 50 feet of rope. I do.
Ew.
I do not have a grappling hook, unfortunately.
I wonder if Fritz could make one for you.
Oh, I could totally make a grappling hook.
I have a crowbar.
Question is whether I could make a grappling hook while we're falling down a lift shaft.
That would be a challenge.
I think perhaps the idea that Cole might be having is to throw a grappling hook through the hole where the staircase going up to the attic is.
That's the more likely possibility. Sure. Go
Do
ahead.
we actually have a grappling hook?
We will in just a few minutes.
Oh, okay.
That's depends what you all have in your inventory.
Well, because I've got this whole nanotechnology thing going on with my rocket hammer and my armor, I was kind of wondering if I could turn my warhammer into the grappling hook if
I would
need be.
imagine you could. That sounds like something you could do.
Yay!
And that might be more technologically sound than trying to make it out of the various pieces of things that I have access to, and probably faster.
I was thinking about expediency.
Yes. So,
Yeah.
Fritz, as you begin looking around for materials to fashion a grappling hook, Lasness simply transforms her weapon into one.
Nice trick.
How you can attach it to the rope.
It's like magic. Oh wait, it is magic.
It very well may be.
You and your magic.
Who can tell the difference? Maybe Fritz. Nobody else cares.
Possibly.
I can, because there is no difference, because it's not magic.
Pray to the matriarch you didn't actually say that. Fritz, Lasness says to Fritz.
Oh, I have no problem with your gods and goddesses. It's just a question of whether or not they're actually working on that plane. But be that as it may, I like your little trick.
Thank you. I added the dance steps. I think it needed it.
Certainly the flare and the spin at the end were a nice touch.
So glad we're on the same wavelength.
Oh my god.
So
Okay.
we now have 50 feet of rope with a grappling hook attached.
I have
I have one more
I-
suggestion before we decide to propel this through the ceiling.
Uh-huh.
Fritz is going to tie decent-sized knots about every 2 feet, so that it's a little bit easier to climb.
that's good.
You have more than enough rope to do so.
My next question is one that is perhaps a thing on a meta level, but then again, I know my character knows how good or bad he is at throwing a rope.
Okay.
And which, if let's say we were to put it on a scale of some kind, he would be like a +1 good at throwing a rope. And he's
Does
wondering
anybody
if
have a
anyone
better
else,
arm?
yes, if anyone else has a better arm.
I don't have a better arm, but I do have a question. Since it is a rocket hammer, that does denote that there is a rocket involved.
Indeed it does. I think you would have no trouble getting it up where you want it to go.
You just go, and then it takes off. Or something.
So,
I think she has to spin when she does that too.
You're welcome to give it a shot.
it's for artistic merit. So there, yes, there is a gaping hole in the floor that shows you where the top of the staircase used to lead before it collapsed. There are cobwebs on the walls and ceiling and the floor. Well, you can't see the floor up there because it's pretty dim, but you can see where to aim. And you get the grappling hook up there, no problem. Do you ascend?
No, this was an art project. We pretty much just wanted to look at it.
In what order do you ascend?
I think I should go first.
Right.
I'll go ahead and follow behind.
Okay.
I think all the big people should go ahead of me so that if I get stuck trying to climb this thing up, they can just pull me up.
Okay. All right. So, does anybody have a light with them?
I do. I have a flashlight.
You do indeed. So your flashlight illuminates rubbish and more broken furniture on the floor of the attic. And there are what at first might look like holes in the roof, but they are actually just view portals that do let in a bit of dim light. It is not open to space. And there are, it's a rather large room that extends the entire length of the area that you have explored. And there are 2 large sacks heaped in the northwest corner.
Those sacks look really interesting. We gotta open them carefully, though.
Hold your breath.
Wait, do you mean like literally hold my breath,
No.
or we're not actually gonna do it?
Yeah. As in, when we get to the point of actually getting close enough to do something like touch the sacks, I'm going to turn to Lastness and tell her to hold her breath, and then kind of wait to see, A, does she do it, and B, does she wait for someone to tell her to stop holding her breath, or does she actually just turn purple?
I'm curious too.
Let's work our way over to that part of the room. Fritz is going to be fairly blasé about going, okay, there's the thing that we need to look at. Phase her out, start walking across the room. Just don't hit me in the back of the head, Cole.
Do you want me to lead, Fritz?
Back over their shoulder. If you want to lead, you better hurry up.
Then she hustles on over to be in the front.
Look at me, I'm just holding the flashlight.
Where specifically, just for my own edification, where specifically are you aiming this flashlight?
I'm trying to aim it in the direction that they're headed.
Okay.
So the sacks, presumably, but
right.
also the floor along
Uh-huh.
toward the sacks so they can see.
As you are all combing your way through this rubbish and heading over to investigate the sacks, would everyone make a perception check for me?
Yay!
Sure.
We've walked into a nest of these damn things, haven't we?
More spiders. 16.
My perception is a +1.
Ooh.
17.
11 plus 4 is 15 for me. Oh, I'm sorry. No, that's 11 plus 6 because I should say, so 17.
So you find, as you're making your way across, sort of keeping an eye on the piles of rubbish for things that might jump out at you, you notice a flash of a sort of dull flash of green, and you're a little bit startled, but it's only a porcelain doll dressed up in a sailor costume, and the eyes are made of jade.
Oh, that's so creepy and so cute. And Lessons goes over to pick it up.
Okay. You have yourself a porcelain doll with jade eyes. They are worth about 10 credits each.
Nice.
And the sacks of old. The sacks contain more. Are you holding your breath now?
Are you holding your breath, Lessness?
Are you ready to open the sacks?
Sure.
There's not much else up here.
Yeah.
So you open the sacks, and there's more old clothing and rags that
They were
never
really
got
into
around to being
rags.
donated.
Really into rags around here too. I'm gonna go ahead and walk the perimeter of the room just to see if it really does match out to the approximate size and shape of the space that we're in down below.
It does appear to, but as you are sort of walking around, I would like everyone to roll for initiative. As suddenly there is a noise from the ceiling,
18.
and 6 bat-like creatures with mosquito-like proboscises descend upon you.
Well, not spiders.
Not spiders.
I have a 21.
5.
Okay. So we have Cole, Rick, Mara. Fritz, what did you get? I'm sorry.
10. Sorry.
10. And lastness. All right. So Cole, you will be up first.
I am shooting at the flying mosquito thingies.
Yes. They are tiny beasts. Go ahead and make your attack roll.
Tiny beasts. So that's a 1.
Oh, that's going to miss. They are hard to hit. They're so tiny and they're just flapping around. Would you like to move into a defensive position?
I feel as though
like
that would be a good idea.
All right. You can perhaps situate yourself on a piece of furniture and give yourself a good place from which to aim. And perhaps take some cover.
I shall.
All right, Rekmara.
Rekmara is going to point his sun staff at one of them and fire.
Okay, make an attack roll.
13.
Just misses. Anything else you would like to do this round?
No, he's just going to hang tight, see what happens.
Okay. Fritz, you're up next.
Oh, phaser fire at the ones coming in toward me. I'm also crouching down and trying to become as small a target as possible myself, since I am a small to begin with.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm not hitting anything. I hit 5 altogether.
All right. And now the tiny beasts are going to attack. One of them will attack Cole.
How dare they?
12.
That does not hit.
It does not. You ducked behind that chair just in time.
Yeah.
The next one is going to attack Rekmara. That's a 13.
My armor class is 14.
It just misses you. The next one is going to attack Lasness.
Yeah.
That's a 14.
My armor's 16.
Yeah, they're not doing very well. Another one attacks Lasness. That's a 23.
Yeah, that hit.
All right. So it bites you. You take 4 points of piercing damage, and it's attached itself to you somehow. Just got a chink in your armor.
Ow, 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 she says. Get it off, get it off.
And the final one rolls a natural 20 to hit Cole.
That's not good.
No.
It attaches to your face.
I need my face. I need my face for other
Just
things.
Bites you right in the neck, and you take a total of 5 points of piercing damage.
That's not good. I feel as though that hurts.
You feel as if it is sucking the blood right out of your body.
I need my blood for stuff. How dare they? I'm using that.
And Lasness, that brings us to you.
All right. So Lastness is going to try to rip the one that's attached itself to her. The strength check.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 13.
It's not particularly strong. It rolls a natural 1, -3.
Ooh.
So yeah, you peel it off of you without issue.
Can I do another attack, or is that just it with my move?
That would be your action.
Okay.
So, yep.
So I can't throw it.
You can throw it.
Oh, good. Can I throw it at the nearest wall?
Yeah.
Great. Another strength.
Mhm.
Okay. Oh, natty 1.
Sort of throw it on the ground.
Ah, bug! Gross!
Flops around.
So, Rexmara's going to just say, Narita, I hope you have something good here.
Right. Cole, back to you.
It's like
Wait,
it's like she's not even here. No, what?
It's like, I'm gonna let Cole go ahead while I try to get her character
okay.
sheet open.
I didn't know how we were doing it. Yeah, no, I mean there's a thing at my neck still.
We'll say she was surprised.
Sounds good.
It was very surprising.
It was.
So I still have a thing attached to my neck, right?
You do indeed.
All right. I'm gonna no. I'm gonna I think pull out, just quickly switch to my antimatter dagger, and just like just try to stab at it. I think.
Okay.
I mean, how big is this thing?
It's tiny, like the size of a bat.
Because part of my common sense is just telling me just grab it and yank it out.
You could do that also. That's what Lasness did.
Yeah, you just watched Lasness do exactly that.
Yeah. Perhaps I should do that instead of
Trying to stab yourself in
trying
the
to
neck.
stab myself to death. I mean,
Good thinking.
it's a good idea to not stab myself to death, probably. I mean, I've never tried it before, but no. Anyway, yes, no, I will go ahead and I will go ahead and attempt to do that. What do I need to do?
Make a strength check.
I will make a strength check. I will write a strength check and see if I have enough strength dollars in the bank to do so. Okay. Yeah. 10.
This one, it seems to attach just at an awkward place. You can't seem to quite get a grip on it.
Dang it, the dagger plan was better.
You might have hit something. Might have been yourself, but
Cursed common sense. How dare you get in the way of D&D rules? I mean, that's all I can do, right?
Okay. Yep. Unless you want to run around flailing.
Run around
That's
flailing.
also a thing you could do.
I'll save that for later.
You can run around and flail towards in my direction if you want. I'll try to do something.
Yeah, I can do that, sure. Make myself a target for more of them.
All right. So, Rekmara, that is your turn.
Rekmara is going to use his sun's staff again and shoot at one of the mosquitoes.
Okay.
Natural 20.
All right. You
Two
can
dice.
roll your damage just for fun, but I'm going to tell you, this is overkill.
Oh, I rolled an 11.
Yeah. They have 2 hit points, so you just basically disintegrate it in a red cloud of goo.
Yeah. So one of the skills with the sun staff is that you can make a melee strike with it after you fire it.
Uh-huh.
So after he fires it, he's just going to swing it around over his head and try to smack the other mosquito that's sitting on Cole.
Okay. Go for it.
$15.
That's a hit.
And 4 points of damage.
You also kill that one. Instantly dead. Fritz, you're up next.
So what's left?
We have 4 of them left, flapping around, trying to bite you, but so far they haven't been able to make contact.
Sounds good. We're switching to the mace just because it's a little bit easier at this point. And I feel like swinging the mace around. We'll aim at one nearby.
Mhm.
13 to 15.
That's a hit.
Nice. And with the mace, I've got a d6. 2.
It is dead.
Oh, that works.
That's
Squish.
all you need to kill it.
Squish.
They're very small. All right. Sturges. There are half as many as there were before. Another one is going after Cole.
Yay.
That's a 17.
That hits.
Yeah. You take 4 points of piercing damage.
I have 1 hit point left.
Cole is looking rather pale.
Got that
And
gray
anemic.
thing going on.
Why do they need so much blood?
Is coming after Fritz. And that's a 16.
Yeah, that hits.
You take 6 points of piercing damage. And the third and final Sturge goes after Lasness. 18.
That's a hit.
You take 5 points of piercing damage.
I'm looking pretty busted.
Sturges are nasty. But that brings us to your turn, Lasness.
Is there one close to Cole?
Yes, indeed.
There's
there's-
one on Cole.
It's
right
attached
now.
to him.
Okay, it's just still making sure that one that's still attached to him.
Yes.
All right, so what I want to do, I want to go marching over to Cole, grab the one that's attached to him, and rip it apart so it still keeps the plunger in. Because Star Scouts taught you to not remove the projectile until help arrives.
Okay.
So you're ripping it in half attached to him.
Yeah, I mean, it can bleed out as long as he doesn't bleed out. It's okay.
It's a tube.
I'm working and learning. I natty 20'd.
All right. You you just rip that thing's head right off its body, or its body off of its head, which you were holding into Cole's neck.
She's like, well, that should get me a badge in Star Scouts.
I'm just going to crimp the end of the beak.
Applying pressure to the wound.
Apply pressure to the wound.
Narita is going to go up and grab the one that is still currently attached to Lasness from the previous round. She is going to grab it and slice it with her antimatter dagger and kill it.
Oh yeah, I forgot I have one on me.
Sensing too much of an opportunity there.
So Cole, you're up.
Yeah.
You're just barely up.
Yes. And I'm just sort of I'm careful. What I'm doing is I'm basically grabbing just if I have like cloth or some other thing around me, or just anything that's like I can use. Vent. I have vent tape.
Okay.
Just going to
You're gonna tape yourself.
So
shut.
yeah, I'm just basically going to apply cloth to the wound first, and then I'm going to just use vent tape to keep it in place,
You
so that
bandage yourself.
it'll bandage myself. Yeah, makeshift bandage, and
All right.
I'm just
Excellent.
like, I'm so glad we came up here.
I'm having the time of my life.
Akmara.
Mara is going to cast Cure Wounds on Cole.
Okay.
Yay.
8.
Oh,
Plus my Wisdom, which is 4. So 12 points.
No, that's everything. And better.
All
Thanks.
right. Fritz, there is one sturge left flapping and squeaking around the room, perhaps bumping into things.
And one stuck on me, correct?
That is the one.
Oh, that is the
Stuck
one?
to you.
Okay. All right, let's see if we can hit it with the mace. I may hit myself in the back of the head, but who knows? Helps if I use the right die. Percentile are not going to work here. Ooh, 18.
That's a hit.
Nice. Mace, 6. 2 more.
All right.
Good,
It's dead.
Yay!
thankfully.
Anything else you all would like to do? You are now out of combat.
I would like to see who knows better first aid than me to patch me up a bit.
That would be Rekmara.
I have nothing in medicine and no spells.
I only have 1 medicine, so. And no supplies. I guess I could borrow vent tape.
Well, you do notice that in the scuffle, a sort of oblong container has rolled out from underneath the chair where Cole was taking cover. And before you investigate that, we're gonna take our break.
Yeah. Cursed
Okay.
oblong containers.
Sounds
well then,
good.
I am excited to find out what is in there. But in the meantime, we're going to take a few minutes and stretch our
Laters.
legs and do various other things, and we shall see you shortly.
See you shortly, everybody.
We have returned.
So just before we went to break, the party had battled half a dozen sturges and been badly wounded and then healed and then discovered a strange oblong object rolling out from under a chair.
Fritz does a quick combination perception, technology, arcana roll. See, what is the nature of this thing that's rolling at us? You described it as an oblong case of some sort, so
Yes.
I'm thinking more, more mundane than something truly outlandish. But
Yep, it's a small oblong metal container. And it appears to have a pair of mechanical legs sticking out of it that are sort of scrabbling and trying to, something's trying to pull itself out of this little egg pod.
Huh. But mechanical.
Yes, mechanical.
Interesting.
Why are someone's prescription drugs giving birth?
How large is this canister container egg case, whatever it may be?
Not very large at all.
Well, Fritz being the inveterate picker-upper of small, junky, and potentially collectible technological bits, will, with a mace in one hand, reach out with the other hand to pick up the case end, not the legs end.
Okay.
And pick it up to take a closer look at what this thing may be.
It is, well, go ahead and make a history or technology check.
I could do both.
Go ahead.
Okay. Tech gives me 18, 4, 5, 6, 24. And a history gives me 12.
All right. Well, from your experience with tech, this is a spider pod. It's a container that holds a mechanical spider. Normally, the spider would be folded into it, and then you would throw the container as an action, and it would unfold and into a mechanical spider. But this one seems to be a bit damaged.
It needs to be fixed.
It does.
Oh, okay. So Fritz goes into their little oblivious thing for a moment and sits down and pulls out, little engineering tool pack. Careful to not actually trigger the spider to go bouncing out. And until somebody says or does something otherwise, Fritz is going to sit down and start actually working on this thing right now in the middle of the room.
So you all see Fritz sit down with this little pod and start attempting to repair it. How do you react?
Well,
Rasmus, you're muted.
Well, I'm a bit tapped out. I could use a short rest to recover.
Okay. Well,
You watch.
Mrs. Zenny, we've cleared out all the sturges.
Yay.
If we went a long rest, I could heal up completely. We're not being timed on this, right?
Cole bites back a remark that thinking for a second about just how much Lasness has been through today. And it's going to like look over at Fritz. It's like, how long do you think that's going to take?
I don't know, somewhere between 5 minutes and 3 years. And then you see that they're kind of like half winking at you, like this is the standard answer for everything.
Oh, I see. Like, oh, only 3 years. That's good. I was worried. So, just going to sort of sit over by the hole, and I'm like, I'd say do what you need.
If we're gonna do a long rest, I'll take first watch.
Fritz will be up the entire time. Phaser at hand in case something happens, but otherwise totally engrossed in trying to get this thing fixed.
Definitely be able to accomplish that. You might even be able to get a little bit of a nap.
I would take a nap too, yeah.
All right.
So can I say that I have a functional spider pod
You
now?
do.
Yay.
Can I say I'm at full hit points?
Yes. You
Yay.
may all take the benefits of a long rest, and I will be nice and not throw anything at you while you're in the
Yay.
attic.
Hey,
Thanks,
no wandering
matriarch.
monsters.
I mean, at this point, it would have to be something either that can climb a rope or that's in the station's infrastructure. So
So you're taking a long rest. You could, in fact, pull the rope up after yourselves.
we could.
We did?
We did.
We did.
As though by magic.
All right. So you pass the, well, night is a vestigial method of time measurement based on solar rotation and is not applicable here. But you pass about 8 hours, take a long rest. You feel much better. You have all your spell slots and health back. And no more sturges seem to have appeared in the attic.
That's
Fritz
good.
now has a functioning spider pod. Theoretically with a functioning mechanical spider inside.
We'll find out at some point.
Oh.
Well, I think we've explored pretty much all we needed to in this place. And the only thing of note was, well, that spider pod and swirls.
They wanted to know about the power outages. We have a thrall to take back to them.
And there was also that nearly naked Ned dude.
Well, already sent him back.
There is a stairway going down from the boiler room off the kitchen that you haven't
That's true.
Investigated yet.
Well, let's not celebrate yet. I think we have a little more to look at. Besides, there might be some extra treasure that we can use to kind of pay off our little copay there.
Our
No,
copay.
We're just going to... I figured we would just make Ned pay for it. I mean, we did save his ass, so...
Yeah. You can start looking into one of those memberships. You can just have them just monitor your vitals and show up at a second's notice.
Yeah. Unfortunately, pre-existing conditions are bare with that one.
I can.
All right, well, if there's nothing else, we should probably just wrap things up here.
Yes. Let's go. And I don't mind taking lead again. I'm at full health, so everything's perfect, and I've never had a problem, ever.
Ever.
Say so.
All right. So you descend from the attic.
Ah!
Carefully.
Yes.
And where would you like to go from here?
Yeah, I think we're going to down those stairs at the end of the hallway.
Down the stairs into the kitchen. And into the boiler room.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Okay, so they head down. Those are the stairs going down into the kitchen, and so okay, gotcha.
Stairs that goes down from the end of the hall, where the stairs to the broken stairs is. There's also stairs going down into the kitchen, and off of the kitchen there is a small boiler room with another set of stairs going down.
That's right.
And we had gone back to clear that level rather than going down at that point.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, Lasnus, you're first, right?
Yep. And she heads off.
Right. As soon as you step on the top stair, you hear a hideous scream. Ah!
Ah!
I didn't think you stepped on it that hard.
I was going to say, Lasnus screams back.
She does.
Did you...
Coming from the cellar below.
Go.
She
I would
tends.
like all of you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, damn it. Curses.
I 90-20'd again.
Right.
14?
12.
3.
All right. So
Where do I run screaming to?
where do you run screaming to? All of you except Fritz are unaffected, but Fritz, you are frightened.
Let me think. I run back into the kitchen.
Kitchen?
Isn't the kitchen next to the boiler?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
In the kitchen, there's a discolored sink with a cabinet underneath it that you might be able to fit into.
Hey, cabinet underneath it that I might be able to fit into. Yeah,
Yeah.
totally. All about that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. As you shut yourself in the cabinet under the sink, I would like you to make another wisdom save.
Was there something under the sink with me? 18.
There are 4 thwirls under the sink with you.
Are they also shuddering in terror?
Perhaps.
I think what I'm probably going to do is the scenario's like this. Run panicking into the room, see the cabinet, open the door, dive in, close the door behind me, dark vision kicks in, I see the thwirls.
Yes.
I dive back out of the cabinet, back into the hallway, and what's the next room down the line?
The next room down the line.
There's a room that had either the dining room or the spider room, I'm not sure.
Not the
The
spider,
fighter
the dining room.
There is a dining room.
Yeah.
With a long table.
Dive under the table.
Okay.
I know it's not terribly much cover, but, who's
Okay.
thinking?
So, everyone hears this scream as Lasnus begins to descend the stairs and sees Fritz immediately bolt from the room. What do you do?
We'll send Narita to go look after Fritz, and I guess the 3 of us will descend.
Okay.
When Lasness goes to descend, she's going to step over the step she stepped on just to make sure that step wasn't the thing that screamed.
Okay. You step on the second stair and there is no scream.
Ah, my theory worked.
Great. I step on the first step.
Ah!
Does it scream?
Full on Wilhelm scream.
The hell? I lift my foot up.
Oh my god, she was right.
I set it down again.
Ah!
I'm gonna like crouch down and look at the step.
Okay.
See if it's been rigged with something.
It does not appear to have been rigged with anything mechanical.
I can totally see him, Cole, like down on his hands and knees going, poke, 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 and the thing going,
I just got my flashlight looking at him like, huh. And I get back up. It might be a spell or something.
Likely.
Weird.
Are you finished playing with the step?
Oh yeah, we should probably go follow Alyssa before she gets herself killed again. And start heading down the stairs. Just casually stepping on the first step as I go down. Drop down.
Alright, so once you're past the first step, there's no more screaming. And you notice after the first initial surprise, you're not particularly bothered by the scream either. It does, in effect, sound rather pre-recorded.
Yeah. It's not much of a security system. The freaking things that freaking spiders were more of a deterrent than just wanted like put some kind of thing in the air to make you hit your fight or flight response.
All right. So the three of you descend into the cellar. And in the meantime, we will cut back to Fritz, and Narita comes to check on you. And you can make another wisdom saving throw.
You're muted.
13. Thank you.
That is a success. You find you're no longer frightened.
Oh, because I recognize Narita,
Yes.
and she's not screaming.
She is not screaming.
And she's also not a spider.
No.
It's like, okay. Everything okay? Okay. Okay, we'll go back down the hallway. But Narita wasn't there long enough to catch the whole first step makes you scream thing, right?
No.
So we can hear that they've gone down.
Mm-hmm.
Fritz is still leery of this whole thing and will make Narita go down first.
Okay.
And Narita steps on the first step, probably. And it screams.
It screams, and you can make another wisdom save.
Hopefully at a bonus, because, well, maybe not, because oh, God, 10.
It's still pretty scary. And Narita calms the rest of the party, saying, well, I had them calmed down, but we set off the spell again.
I just kind of imagine as we're like heading down. As we're heading down, it's like, and we kind of hear them at the top. We're like, oh, by the way, don't step on, and then the scream happens. The first step. Damn it.
So Fritz, once they relay, don't step on the first step, Fritz is all but clinging to Narita's leg going down the stairs. But makes it down eventually.
So, Fritz and Narita make it down the stairs and rejoin the party.
Yay.
In a room that contains shoulder height, well above Fritz's head, but shoulder height for the medium-sized humanoids.
Just
wooden.
take Cole, because Cole
Yeah,
was the only.
Shoulder height for Cole.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, there are wine racks and many broken bottles covering the floor. Against the east wall at the foot of the stairs, there are 2 large metal storage bins that appear to be empty, and in the center of the room, you have found a human corpse.
Yay! Oh, wait.
Well,
Lasness turns to Rekmara and says, "This is what we were looking for, right?"
Well, this corpse appears to be wearing an adamant hardsuit, like full plate armor. And they have the hilt of a laser sword lying on the ground at their right side, and there is an energy shield bracer on their left arm.
so I think Rekmara is going to examine the corpse carefully and try to determine the cause of death.
Okay.
Am I doing an investigation roll?
Investigation, and I would say a medicine check.
Medicine. Okay. 10.
Okay. Well, as you investigate the body, some grubs crawl out from under the armor. And they attack you. So we're going to roll for initiative again.
God damn it. $17.
16.
20.
11.
Don't worry, guys. We're gonna do great.
All right. So the good news is you all noticed this before they actually managed to attack Rekmara. So Cole will get to act first.
Ah, excellent. Well, let's see. What's the thing I always automatically do when I see something? I shoot it. We're going to try that. It's got to work. It's got to work sooner or later. What's the definition? What was that? What was the definition of insanity again? Insanity again? Trying the same thing over and over? Okay.
Different results.
Yeah, here we go. 22.
That will hit.
Is this a quick question, though, which I should have probably asked beforehand, but it would determine the type of weapon I was using. Is this like a swarm of grubs, or is this
It is a swarm, yes. A medium-sized swarm of tiny beasts.
I would like to be using the plasma launcher if that is the case.
Okay. Go ahead.
Because it does the same amount of damage, it's just that it's more likely to hurt them because of things it does. Okay. Because how it works. That's 8 points of damage. And again, it's explosive damage, so it'll like fry that whole area.
Mm-hmm. All right. So it takes a significant amount of damage. And then Rekamara is going to be next.
Rekmara is just going to hold out his hand over them and just say Hadouken and fire his sacred flame.
All right. What's your never mind what your spell DC is. That was a 4 - 2.
Okay.
Roll your damage.
7.
All right. And Lasness.
I'm gonna smash him with
Okay.
my warhammer.
Go for it.
Okay, so I'm going to have a 13.
That'll hit.
Yay. Okay. So we're going to do a D8 plus 4 because I'm going to trigger the bludgeoning 1d4.
Okay.
And I got 5 points of damage. And I'm just going to go for the swarm that's in front of everybody. Or do I have to choose a specific target?
No, it's just a pretty large area of the swarm, so.
Okay. Just going to yell Meteor Smash.
Okay. How much damage did that do?
5.
All right. There's like... You've mostly taken care of the first swarm, but there is another swarm that is beginning to spill out of this armor. And that will bring us to Fritz's turn.
Fritz phaser. Ooh, Fritz miss 3.
Okay. And that will bring us to the grubs. We will. First, they're gonna go after Rekmara because he's the one that's right there. But that's only an 8 to hit, so they can't quite reach you because there's only like 2 of them left. And then the second one will try to attack. Ugh, that's a crit. You take 6 points of piercing damage as your hand is bitten by rot grubs.
This is not ideal.
No, and they are attempting to burrow under your skin.
Definitely not ideal.
No.
So Cole, that brings us back to you.
Are they actually like on him, or is there? Can I get a clear shot? Is what I'm asking.
Yes, some of them are on him, but the majority of the swarm is still just spilling out on the ground.
Okay. Yeah, sure. I need to keep back getting into a strategic position and firing. And here we go. Oh, crap! That's also 22.
Okay, roll your damage.
More fire. Another 8 points of fire. Explosive fire.
All right.
I'm finally hitting things. Yay!
You are. All right, Rick Mara. We've got these nasty buggers trying to burrow under your skin. What do you do?
I am going to launch another sacred flame at the ones that are trying to burrow under my skin.
Okay.
Wait, you have to roll.
Yes.
Which sucks because I rolled a 17.
That is going to be a 9 for them, so that's a fail.
Six.
And you notice that the radiant fire does discourage them from burrowing under your skin.
And Rakmara is going to just start backing up, try to increase the space between him and the grubs that are still pouring out.
Good. All right, Lasnus, you're up.
They're coming from a hole in... No, they're coming from the armor, right?
Yeah, from the corpse inside the armor, so they're spilling out of the chinks.
Okay. I'm just gonna do my best to use my rocket hammer again to smash into them.
Okay.
20, but not natural.
Okay.
Gonna use that move again to add the +4 because it says once per turn.
Okay. Sounds good.
Six points of damage.
All right. There's only a few of them left squirming around, so that brings us around to Fritz.
Fritz will once again try to phase her.
Okay.
18.
That's a hit.
That sounds good. So we got... There we go. 2d4. 4.
That is exactly the amount you needed to take care of the last of the rot grubs.
Yay!
Yay.
That was nasty.
So at this point it's hard to say what actually killed this adventurer, but he did not die of natural causes.
Oh.
He, she, they. It's hard to tell at this point.
Well, that is unfortunate.
I mean, for an adventurer, being eaten by a monster is natural causes.
Well, this is true.
Fritz is obviously interested in the remains of the laser.
But
So,
there's like no blood spill, but it appears that this corpse was left here to ward off other visitors.
Yeah.
It's placed here posthumously.
Well,
So if it was placed here posthumously and not at the entrance, maybe there's something about this room that we should investigate.
So we have a bunch of casks of we have wine racks here, right?
I thought the bottles were mostly smashed, though.
Are there some bottles still intact?
We're looking around the wine racks. You do notice one intact bottle that has rolled underneath.
So carefully, because everything in here apparently can kill us. Going to, sort of with the end of my gun, I'm gonna try to pull it and roll it out.
Roll it out. It's, a green glass bottle with a label bearing the image of a jauntily dressed unicorn.
Huh. Does does it look like it might be a good vintage, or so for some time ago? Yeah, call isn't a
collectible.
drunk per se, but it's like if it's from a long time ago, it might be worth something.
Make an intelligence check, investigation perhaps.
Let's see. I have investigation. I could try that if that's available. 11.
You do find that you can still read the date of the vintage, and it does appear that it might be worth a decent amount of money.
Okay. We'll yoink that one and add it to our pile o' treasure.
Mm-hmm. Also, the armor on the corpse, now that it is no longer swarming with rock grubs, is also quite valuable, as is the laser sword and the shield bracer.
And
So-
Fritz is going to check the functionality of the laser sword and the shield bracer. Obviously, the armor is armor, so it's probably pretty functional if it doesn't have holes in it.
Yep, it is all intact. You press the button on the laser sword, the glowing blade comes out.
Sweet. Does anybody else here know how to use one?
Up.
You gotta be careful. You can take your eye off without.
You could maybe. I can handle this.
Paladins can handle martial weapons, but I do love my rocket hammer.
Rekmaraz's just busy stripping out the armor.
I am interested in the bracer if no one else is. Though I do want to let Mem have a chance to claim it.
I don't believe witches can use shields.
Yeah.
Well, we can look that up later.
Yeah.
I'm just light armor, simple melee weapons, simple blasters, and martial blasters. So
Okay.
I'm fine.
Well, someone's got a laser sword.
I've got a laser sword. Because I can use basically simple weapons, martial weapons, exotic weapons, all armors, all shields.
Okay.
I'm very
I
concerned.
am a craftsman. Hey, you got to know how to use them if you make them.
That's true.
See, I like that. I have a forge cleric who cannot use martial weapons, even though they can make them.
Wow. That's something. Were there any other obvious exits from this room?
Let me check my map. Oh, I've got to scroll down to a new map. Hang on.
That sounds like there's more here.
Yes, there
Dead giveaway.
does appear to be more exits.
I mean, if I were doing like the serious sort of iron dungeon checking around thing, I probably would check behind the wine rack to see if there's a secret door or anything like that. But I don't know that.
Feel free to roll me another investigation check as you are feeling along the walls.
I will roll. I got a 19.
All right. So you know those two bins by the end of the stairs, right next to those in the wall, along the southeast corner of the room, there is indeed a secret door.
What, really?
Yeah.
And no, that's just Cole saying that aloud. He basically, just kind of like pulling the bins back, and I'm like, there's like a compartment or something back here.
Wow, it's like every book I ever read when I was in the Star Sailor Scouts.
Cool.
And but there were also other obvious exits that were out of here as well, or
Nope, just the stairs
Oh.
that goes up, and
Okay.
again, one of those elaborate fake fireplaces.
okay. Oh my God, it's kind of a serious fetish for fireplaces.
Is there any other obvious entrance or exit? I'm sorry, I missed that.
No, there wasn't.
So the only entrance is this weird little entrance. Okay.
So, I mean, was that everything that was in here? Was that basically
Yep.
just the
That's
armor
all
and stuff
that's
like
in
that?
the wine cellar.
Yeah, are we finished stripping the wine cellar for
Mhm.
every possible last red cent?
Yep. All right. So, would you like to continue your investigation? We probably won't get too much farther since we've only got about a half hour left, but you could maybe go through one more room.
I'm game if everyone else is. Are we?
Yeah,
good?
sure.
Sure.
Do it.
Okay.
Point lastness in the direction and say,
I'm
open.
I'm just gonna sort of pull the bins back, and I'm just like, want to check it out?
Just pointed out the secret door.
Yeah. Does it look? What is it? What way does it look like it goes? Does it look like it's?
Continues south.
So gotcha.
I really thought this was going to be a lot more open shut than it's turning out to be. She doesn't sound grumpy. She just sounds kind of thoughtful about that.
I mean, this guy put fake fireplaces in every room. He's had to have had at least a couple screws loose. Who knows how he wanted to set this place up?
The secret door opens up into a large chamber lit with electrical lights that are known colloquially as bottled lightning. This is the sci-fi equivalent of torchlight. But it looks like it used to be a large cellar, but it has been obviously converted to living quarters. There are 10 crude beds lining the south wall, each with a wooden footlocker and a long trestle table lined with basically camp stools in the middle of the room, and there are dishes on top of the table. There is a portable camp stove next to the table, and evidence of a recently cooked meal, and various foodstuffs near the stove. There's also a set of stairs that goes up to a trapdoor in the ceiling, and 2 doors on the east side of the room.
Curiouser. Sorry.
This looks like a hideout and could very well be where the guys who found Ned came from or have been hanging out.
Wait a minute. That means they might be coming back.
They could be. I'm also really curious as to where the trapdoor might line up with what's upstairs.
Pink?
Cole, do you have any thoughts? I know you've been sort of like plotting some of this out.
I'm actually right now. Got my hand near the camp stove. Is it still warm, or is it?
little bit, yeah.
They've been here in the last few hours.
Yeah.
Last couple of hours. And I'm just sort of cautiously looking around.
Meanwhile, Rekmar's actually going to cast a healing spell and heal himself back up to.
There are a couple of possible rooms it could come up in.
How many good berries do you get a day, Rakmara? Anino?
I don't remember, but I'm using something else. I'm just going to use my Cure Wounds spell.
Okay.
I cannot read my handwriting, so I'm not sure. Or rather, I made an abbreviation here, and I'm not sure what it means anymore. Did we run into an AI? Or did I just write strange symbols that look like an A and an I?
So...
Okay.
So let me just understand for a second. There are 2 doors, and then there's also the stairs that go up to the trapdoor. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's 2 doors on the east side, and on the west side there's the stairs that goes up to the trapdoor.
Okay.
I think I kind of want to cautiously head up those stairs and just kind of listen and then just slowly sort of raise it and
Okay. It's
see if I see anything.
You peek out through the trapdoor and you can see that library that goes out to the observation deck where you heard that first crazy voice.
Oh, okay. It's down there. That's weird. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, it's the library. I'm trying to... So, but what is it, like underneath a table or something? Or
No, that room is just empty. Except for... Yeah, there wasn't anything in that room. It just was like there was some trash in the room, and then it went out onto the observation deck.
Right, but I mean the trap door comes up. You said in the library.
Comes up in the floor.
Yeah.
Oh,
we just missed it from the top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, because
Interesting.
when you would have been passing that trap door was about the time you heard the ominous booming voice, and then everybody sort of scattered.
Yeah. Does this come up under that pile of junk, or is that was in the corner?
Let me go to that room.
Not that it's that important, but
it was the living area next to the library.
Okay.
It may have been where some of the... No, I think it's the opposite side, because the junk was on the south side, and then the door to the observation deck was on the north, and it's kind of on the north end of the room.
Okay. Interesting.
It's like 5 feet away from the observation deck doorway.
Okay, yeah. This is right. That's right where I passed when that voice came out first time. This is right about here.
And I bet if you were sitting down here and you heard that voice yell upstairs, you would know something was going on up there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Same with the staircase.
Probably.
Which means we might want to watch out for what's in the other 2 doors. They may already know we're here.
I'd say there's a fair chance of that. Well, we've got footlockers in here to look at, so I presume that we're also kind of doing that.
Wish?
I suppose we could.
Okay.
I mean, shouldn't we at least look into these other doors here first?
Yeah, sure.
So 6 of one, half dozen of the other. The doors go elsewhere or have people hiding behind them, which we would want to know about. Or there's stuff of theirs in here that we would want to get our hands on before they come back for it. I'm all for going through doors, but
Okay.
Pick a door, Lastness.
I'll go to the first one on the left and open it confidently.
Great. So the door on the left appears to be normal, and you notice the door on the right has a wooden bar across it, and on that door frame, the word danger is scrawled in chalk.
good to
So
open
you
the
open the door on the left.
good to open the normal door, yeah.
Okay.
It's too normal. Everyone be prepared.
It's too
No.
normal.
Well, at least we know they're not coming out of that one. I mean, you can't exactly bar a door behind you that way. Not like that.
All right. Unlike the makeshift barracks you have just come from, this small room holds comfortable furnishings and appears to be well cared for. Comfortable looking bed in the northwest corner has a wooden locker at its foot. A small table stands against the east wall with a padded leather chair beside it. And on the table, there is a nice lamp with artificial candles burning in it. The room is brightly lit. They didn't turn the light off before they left. And underneath the table, there is a small wooden box and some sort of radio device. And on the shelf above the table, there are 3 books. And there's also in the northeast corner a closed wardrobe.
Fritz makes a beeline for the small table, specifically interested in the radio type device and small box under the table.
Okay.
Fritz is also short, so anybody who wants to look at the book, anything on the table or the books above it, are more than welcome to.
All right.
Rekmara is going to pick up all the books.
Lastness is going to be lookout at the doorway.
Okay. Fritz, while you are under the table, will you make me an investigation check?
Investigation. Yeah. Ooh, 19.
All right. Not only do you pick up that device, and it is definitely a broadcasting device, there's also a hidden compartment underneath the table.
Ooh, very cool.
And you pull a small spell book out of there.
Oh, spellbook. But this could be interesting because they do things differently.
The small wooden box is not locked, so you can just open it up and look in there. And there are more little like electric tea lights and a piece of parchment.
We'll take a look at the piece of parchment. I wonder what I've managed to curse myself with.
Well,
I'm sorry, the captioning is just...
I wonder what it meant, the Christmas elf with.
all right. The piece of parchment has a few lines of code and the translations written on it. The first signal is long, short, which is designated, "Is it safe?" And
Dentists.
The second one says short, long, short, long. Everything is safe, all clear. And 3 longs mean ready to unload, come to the ship.
Interesting.
Hmm.
And they can watch the ships, whichever ship they're looking for, as it comes in. And the communication device, obviously, is what
Yeah.
they're using to
You
communicate
notice
with.
in looking over this communication device, you do notice some scratches on the underside of it, as if perhaps it was placed on a metal windowsill, jostled.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Which would match up with our... Okay, so we're getting pieces of the signaling, question, communications, etc.
Smugglers, you think?
Undoubtedly. I mean, there are so many of them.
You can hardly throw a rock without hitting one in this sector.
Yep. So,
While you were looking at the books on the shelf.
Yes.
All right. There, one of them is a volume of erotic poetry, fully illustrated. The second one is a naval almanac listing tide times for an area of coast on the planet Kaimal, for some reason. About 100 miles of coastline covered in the almanac. And the third is a treatise concerning the demigod Ayuz and its minions.
He'll pocket the last 2, and he'll leave the first book there.
Okay. As you go to pocket the third book, a small sheet of paper falls out of the back cover.
He'll take a look at it and see what's...
It's not
It
too
has-
soiled, is it?
No, not at all. It has several words in common, and several and in another column beside those are translations in another language. What languages do you speak?
My languages are Aviara and Common.
Okay. You don't recognize the second language, but the words in common include stop, fight, lift, and come.
they sound almost like animal instructions. Maybe even a dangerous animal.
Or a construct. Lastness tosses over her shoulder as she's still doing lookout.
True. Creature of some type.
All right. Well, Rekmara will actually keep this in a handy pocket and put the books away into a pack.
Did anybody check the wardrobe?
It's
Not
dangerous.
yet.
Arya's staying away from clothes
Fair.
in this sector.
I do not blame her.
Yeah.
I was actually going to look at the... You said there was also a trunk here, wasn't there? Didn't you?
A trunk at the foot of the bed?
Let's see.
Yeah.
Yep, there was a footlocker at the end of the bed.
Footlocker. I was thinking about looking at that first before braving the wardrobe.
I'm so sorry, I meant to say Lastness, not Arya.
Who are you, really?
Who are you?
I got what you were throwing.
There does not appear to be anything particularly valuable in the footlocker.
Nothing but out of date shoes. Yeah.
Okay, if everyone else is avoiding looking at the wardrobe, Fritz will at least examine it to see if it's locked or moldy. Or
It appears to be as well kept as the rest of the furnishings in this room.
okay. So Fritz will
It
go
is-
ahead and open and duck.
Okay.
Sure.
You open the door. It smells like cedar. And there is an oilskin coat hanging in the wardrobe. It appears to have many pockets, and it is trimmed with iridescent green silk.
There are
Oh.
many pockets.
I think we should take it.
I think we should check the pockets.
You guys go ahead and do that. Just don't breathe in.
Since this coat is nowhere near Fritz's size, Fritz, it would be difficult for Fritz to manipulate this and check pockets. So, Cole or Rekmara, could you hold
Yeah,
this?
I'll take a
while
look.
'Cause otherwise, it's going to be on the floor while we're looking through it.
Yeah, sure. I'll hold the coat.
Find anything interesting?
Pockets are empty. But it is a decent coat.
Looks
That's
nice.
a nice coat. That's all I'm aware of here.
A little
Sort of
big.
looking at- You probably, if nothing else, we might be able to get a little bit for it. Yeah. So, unless anyone wants to put it on and see if they feel differently, I think this is probably going to be.
Narita might when we
Yeah,
get a
it's
chance.
possible.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hold on to it.
All right. Well, I don't think there's anything else in this room. We can
Yeah.
probably just.
Yeah. Were there other exits, or was this a?
Would you like to investigate the previous room? There's no other exits in this small
Yeah.
bedroom.
I was thinking about thinking about since that's the case, and then there's a bar heading out, and then the other door is barred.
Before
So I
you
figured they must be
Before
out.
we open.
go
Yeah.
through the barred door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I figured we can go ahead and check out the foot lockers in the other room and whatever.
Fritz
they
is
might have in there.
specifically going to be looking for other entrances, exits, or other things that have been moved around.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me investigation.
Whoops, I just did 16. Sorry.
Oh, in the far southwest corner, like directly across from the stairs that goes up to the trapdoor, you find another secret door.
Oh, hey guys, there's another secret door.
Mysteries upon mysteries.
Is it a locked type or just a disguised and you have to find the handle kind of type?
Get in,
Okay.
and you found it.
Yay.
Lastness goes to open the door.
Yep, it opens up into a stairway that goes down.
All right. Well, now we have to make a decision, everybody. Do we want to keep going down or finish the floor?
Let's search all those foot lockers first. And
So, raid this room. I'm all for not opening the other door, the barred door. Because there's a big sign that says danger.
Don't dead open inside.
Yeah, gotcha.
And we have a command list.
Yeah, but does anybody know how to say any of the words?
Languages do the rest of you speak? Is Rick going to show off this paper?
sure, why not?
Ah, crap.
I speak Common and Dwarven.
I only speak Common and Gnomish, but I also have a decently high Arcana. So even though I don't speak it, I might recognize it.
It does not appear to be arcane in nature.
Okay.
I have common Orcish and 2 question marks that I still haven't filled in yet.
Oops.
No,
I
not
was-
oops.
Would
I was
you like
hoping to take the time to find out a little
Okay.
bit more about the setting and figure out what languages it would make sense for me to know. Because I know I was fighting, that orcs were involved in the war a lot, so I took Orcish, but I wasn't sure what else would be appropriate.
Okay. I will, if you would like to take Goblin.
I mean, that makes sense
That
to an
would
extent
allow
if they
you
were
to
also
read.
involved in the war.
Perhaps.
I think it makes sense because if you have to kind of know, there's
Yeah.
certain things you can only talk to goblins to find out about. I would think. So, I'll take goblin.
Okay. You can read this list.
Oh hey,
Hooray!
my goblin's a
It's
little
just
rusty,
the
but I
Goblin
can.
equivalent for all of those common words.
I know these. Yeah, this is just goblin to common.
Oh.
These are all the same words.
Fair enough.
All right.
Now you
Are
know
these
it's
guys
Goblin.
goblins? And I'm just sort of looking at the. But I mean, the beds and all that are human sized, as far as I can tell.
They
Huh?
are indeed.
Yeah. And the
Well-
clothes that we've found so far have been all human sized, or medium sized.
They may be working with goblins.
Yeah, they could be. I mean,
Or the-
sometimes.
Or the construct or the creature could have come from the goblins.
Yeah, sometimes if you want to trade in certain things, you have to know how to talk to them. So it just kind of depends.
It's a shame we couldn't really bring down that yellow mold. It would have been nice to dust all these beds with it.
Wow, that's
It's dark.
what's the equivalent of the Geneva Convention in this solar system and galaxy?
Well, you're talking about a guy who doesn't exactly follow his primary religion, so you gotta wonder, right?
Doesn't your Imperial guidebook have something to say about this?
Scout school probably did.
Anyways, so
It is.
anyways, footlockers. Let's get them open.
Opening footlockers.
Well, they're locked.
We're locked.
The footlockers are locked. You could attempt to unlock them. Or
I have
pry
a
them
key.
open.
Yeah, didn't Cole find a key at some point?
Yeah, I've got a key right here. I take out my blaster.
Okay.
Start shooting the lock on one of them.
Okay. Make an attack roll.
Okay. I got a 13.
That's a hit.
Does the footlocker definitely dodge out of the way? No. Should I do damage?
You hurt its feelings.
Yes.
I know. 4.
Okay. You shoot a lock off of a footlocker.
Excellent. Open.
You find various personal effects, clothing, and a few, like a handful of credit chips.
I'll keep lookout just
Pick
to make
up the
sure
credit
that no one's
chips.
back.
About about 20 credits.
Ooh. Is the clothing approximately sized for someone of humanoid size?
Medium humanoid, yes.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, unless anyone wants to have their own fun things going on, I'm just going to keep shooting locks. I think it's the only other thing I can think of.
You can have all the fun shooting footlockers you want to.
Yay.
I guess Rekmara will help with the sun staff.
Okay. So you do manage to collect about 20 credits from each footlocker.
Oh, wow. How many footlockers were there?
10.
That's
Hey.
not bad.
That's a tidy sum.
Yeah. 5 of us. 50 credits. All right. My math is on.
Break open all the footlockers. Collect yourselves a nice little finder's fee for your trouble.
Yes.
And I think now is the point where you decide which way you're going to go next.
I think we should go down.
Downstairs is good.
That's where we're going to call tonight's session, and we'll pick up next week
Ah.
when you go further down into the bowels of the Maw Beast.
Wait, what?
I mean, what?
Wait a minute.
You can always change your minds.
Yeah, no.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you so much.
Nice.
This was fun.
Yes.
All right. Well, we'll go ahead then, and we shall do our outros. Thank you so much, Alyssa. This is much fun. I'm glad we were able to get back and play this. Feel free to, as we're going around, just say where folks can find you, and any other fun stuff you've got going on, and any thoughts about this session, favorite bits, what have you. And we shall start with our station master, Alyssa.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching, and thanks to all of you for playing. I just love watching everything unfold. It's hard to really pick a favorite moment. There are many. But I always enjoy throwing little things in there for Fritz to fix. And
I take the bait every time.
yeah, I know. Well, anyway, you can find me on Twitch and Twitter at Origami Shuriken, and back here next week, same time, same channel, for the next episode of Ghost of Saltmaw.
Yay. And up to May.
Hi everybody, I'm May. You can find me at Madeline on Twitter and here on Twitch every Sunday night. My Twitter isn't very exciting, so you won't find much there. I had so much fun tonight, and I am really, really, really interested in finding out who Rakmara is, because that dude's got an edge, and I want to check that out.
Yes. Interesting. Very cool, very cool. And up to Cazimi.
I'm Cazimi. You can find me here, specifically Sunday nights, and that's pretty much it. I'm loving seeing all of the rounding out of the personalities of folks here. Saw a little bit more of sort of Cole's take on the world. We found out he speaks Goblin, which is very exciting. Special shout out to Rakmara for keeping us patched up. Cannot say enough about somebody who keeps us in at least more or less coherent things. And I'm kind of with May on what is up with this guy. He has just this odd perspective on things, and I have this. I can see that Fritz is having this really odd, I love what you do, your crazy relationship with Lasness.
Yes.
It's like, you're great, but you're really wacky. And I'm not sure what to make of you. And I'm very curious to see where that goes in the face of, strange monsters and other things happening. So, yeah.
Awesome, awesome. And finally up to Anino.
Hey everyone, my name is Anino. You can find me on Twitter at Anino Gaming. You can also check out my schedule on aninogaming.com. Let's see. I think the battle with the Sturges was really obnoxious. And yeah, so I really do not like all these insects. It's very ick, but yeah, it's glad that we're actually getting to some really more interesting stuff after having combed the surface of everything. And I would really like a level right now. But,
Trying.
yeah,
Yeah.
anyway, you can find me this week on the Welcome Party RPG channel on Twitch for another exciting episode of on Prosperous Winds. God, I can't remember that game. Which is DM'd by Ren Knowles. So that should be a good time. And then you'll catch me again on Friday on the Wandering DM channel for the next episode of Cyberpunk Red.
Awesome. And back to me. I will say my favorite part I think was that we're starting to put the pieces together, and we can see that there are in fact smugglers here, or things that we think are smugglers. And they've got a lot going on. And actually, there is, if I may, something I meant to say when we were in the other room. As a brief thing, I seem to recall Rekmara left one of those books set aside, the book of erotic poems, and I think if we were to have the briefest of flashbacks before we leave the room, we just quietly see Cole picking it up and putting it inside his jacket pocket.
All right.
Wondered who was going to pick that up.
If you go
Now
back
we
and look for it,
know.
it won't be there. But no, this is a delight, and I'm just pleased to see where it goes, because this is a lot of fun. It's this interesting mix of dungeon crawling and space survival. It's fascinating. But once again, I'm Jim Ryan. You can find me at OtherDoc on both Twitch and Twitter. My website is jimyesthatjim.com, where you can find my Geek Observation podcast and links to my various other podcasts, audio dramas, writings, and such. I've got links down below to my website, Twitter, YouTube channel, and some things I've written, along with links to game signups and applications to join our Discord. On this channel on Tuesday, we have this month's mini campaign, Apocalypse World, that I'm running. We're continuing with that. And then on Wednesday night, we have Masks, which is a campaign being run by Mole in the fictional city of Doctropolis. Lots of teen angst and such going on. It's delightful. And then, of course, back around to Saturday, where we have our Invisible Sun campaign, The Edge of Paradox. And then on Sunday, back around to Sunday in the afternoons, we have one-shots. So the one-shot this coming Sunday is going to be Medical Bay 3. It is a science fiction medical drama, basically, where people are playing humans on an alien space station trying to diagnose alien problems. And then, of course, that evening, 1 week from tonight, we shall have more Dark Matter, Ghosts of Saltmaw. And I can't wait. Signups are currently still technically open for Medical Bay 3. I haven't closed those out yet. That'll happen probably like the next day or so. So that's available. Very soon there will be signups opening for next month's short campaign, which will be Las Vegas, which is kind of a weird sort of narrative thing about folks waking up near Las Vegas and trying to recover their memories. And then also for signups will be opening soon for the one-shots next month, the first of which is going to be Flat Pack, which is a hopeful post-apocalyptic game about fixing the future. And so if there's any interest in any of those, you can always go down below and click on RPG sign up, or and whenever that's posted, that'll be there. Or you can go to jimyesnetjim.com, click on game sign up. As always, beginners are welcome. Well, when we hit the end card, where shall we go? I shall send let's go over, and I'm going to go ahead once more and raid Matt F7's channel for the dreadful beat of DJ Strad, which is on right now. Let's go and we're gonna go and say hi to them. So feel free, if you're so inclined, to hang on with us and say hi to them along with us. That again will be when we hit the end card. In the meantime, folks, thank you all very much for watching. Take care, and we will see you next week. Farewell.